Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you a fun new fold for me. It's called the bridge card, and it folds totally flat in an envelope, and then when you get it, you actually have it stand up like that. So it's just kind of a fun dimensional type of card. And it can fold either way. Lots of different ways that you can embellish it as well. Here is another example that's for a birthday card. And I'm going to show you today how to make the Christmas card. So before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. That way you'll find out about my latest videos and what's happening in my rubber room. Also be sure to check out Melinda's Rubber Room on Facebook. I post all kinds of different videos and upcoming events, Stampin' Up! Specials, etc. So be sure to check that out as well. Again, that's Melinda's Rubber Room on Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to point you down to my work surface so you can see how I put together this bridge card. So this was actually a card that I did during my Wednesday Zoom session. If you're interested in joining my Zoom sessions, just feel free to check out my Facebook page, Melinda's Rubber Room, and I post the links there. We meet Wednesday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12:30, that specific time. I also do Saturday mornings, but not as much on a regular basis. So be sure to check those out. I'd be happy to have you join us. It's always fun to see some new faces. Okay, so we are going to start with the stamp set that I'm using today. Is called Still Scenes. I think I used this set in my last video. For the stamp set, we're actually just using the season's greetings. But then on the dies, we're going to be using the little deer, and we're using the trees. This is a great set. You can use the globe here. You can stamp the globe, and then you can die cut it out. You have a couple different options for the base of the globe, and then you have these cute little sceneries that you can use. This die here cuts out the house image here, so it's a great all around set. It is in our current holiday catalog, so be sure to check that out. I'm also using the 6x6 designer series paper called Tis the Season. This has a lot of great different designs for the holidays and also for all year round as well. So you can see on this card the designer series paper that I used, and then I'm using a slightly different one on this card that we're going to be making. Is this one here. So again, this could actually be used all year round, but we are going to use it for a Christmas card. Alrighty, so to make the card, you're going to need a piece of base cardstock, and that measures 4 1/4 by 8. And then you need another piece of that same cardstock that measures 5 1/2 by 1 1/4. So again, the base is 4 1/4 by 8. And then the smaller piece is 5 1/2 by 1 1/4. Okay, and then you're going to score your base at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. Again, that's 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. Okay, so then when we come to fold it, you're going to start with a mountain fold and then a valley fold. I'm just going to go ahead and use my bone folder to reinforce those folds. And then you're going to go back to a valley fold and a mountain fold. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. So again, that's a mountain fold, valley, valley, mountain. All right, so I want to stop right here and show you another version of this card, and instead of it facing this way, which is how this card is made, we're going to turn it around and have this side as our focal point. And that's what you use to make this card here. So you would get this card in the mail folded flat like this, and then when you receive it, you can prop it up like that. And it does stand up by itself, and then you can have the saying on the outside. So you kind of have a 2-in-1 type of fold here. You could do it either way. So I just wanted to show you that one real quick. Just another way to use that same fold. Okay, so again, back to our original design. We have the base of our card facing this way. And then we're going to take the base piece of cardstock that we cut. That was 5.5 by 1 1/4. And then we have our designer series paper. Now you can cut all of these pieces from one 6x6 piece of paper. You're going to have one piece that measures 5 1/4. That's this one here. And that is going to go on your bridge piece like that. And then you have two pieces that measure 1 inch by 4 inch. And actually, for this card, I'm doing 4 pieces that measure 1 inch by 4 inch. And again, that all fits on one piece of 6x6 designer series paper. So now we're just going to mat our designer series paper. So I'm just going to attach this longer piece onto our bridge piece of our cardstock. And I'm just going to try to center that with an even border all the way around, like so. And then these 1 inch by 4 inch pieces, we're just going to put directly onto the base of our card on each of these little panels. So I'm doing 4 pieces this time because I want to put another piece right here on the base of the card. So a little bit more of the card is covered in designer series paper. And got 2 more for the other side. This card goes together pretty quickly. It's a little bit of cutting, but then it's just assembly. Not a whole lot of stamping other than the words. Okay, and then we have the white cardstock that's going to go into the center of your panel here, and that measures 2 3/4 by 4. Excuse me. Again, that's 2 3/4 by 4, and that's for the white panel of your card. You want to make sure that you put this white panel in at this point. You don't want to attach your bridge before you have the white piece in, because it's hard to make sure that it's centered. Okay, so there's the completed base of the card. So now we're going to take the bridge part of the card, and we're just going to put tape on one end, and just going to place that on the right hand side. And I'm raising this up a little bit. I don't want it directly on the bottom. You can if you want. We'll give you a little bit more room to put some of your embellishments. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. So again, it's just taped right here on this first little panel. So it's still free moving. And then we want to add a little bit more adhesive. I think I just ran out. I'm going to put a little bit more adhesive on the other side of that panel. So right here on the left-hand side of the bridge. You just want to put a little bit of tape or adhesive, and you're going to glue it onto this first panel here. So in order to make sure that it matches up tight, you want to go ahead and close the right-hand side of the panel and open the left-hand side of the panel. And that should match up right against that edge. And that creates your bridge. Okay? Pretty easy, right? Okay, so now all we have to do is decorate it. So I have my little trees and some deer here that I used the die cuts from the Still Scenes stamp set and dies. And again, on these, you just want to put adhesive down on the bottom of these trees so that they can kind of be free floating up on the top. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive down there. Attach my trees to my bridge. Okay, so that's still going to allow the bridge to move freely. And then I'm going to put a deer on this side. Just like so. And again, because I didn't glue down this free-flowing part of the deer, it's still going to allow it to move. And then I think I want to put another little deer on this side. Make sure I can still read the words. I think it's still going to be okay. Actually, I think I'm going to you can glue the embellishments directly onto this piece on the inside, or you can raise it up to this side as well. So I think I'm going to attach it to the bridge just because I like the dimension that it gives it. I'm going to attach it to the inside of the bridge instead of the outside, just to give it a little bit more dimension. Okay, so you can see when it's folded flat in the envelope, it'll go like that, and then it'll open like so. If you want a little bit more room to do some writing, you can add another white piece on the back of your card to write your greeting. Okay, so there is my version of the bridge card. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hopefully it wasn't too complicated, and you'll be able to make it at home on your own. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section of my YouTube video. If you'd like to join us for our Zoom session, check out my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room. I'd love to see you, whether I've met you before or not. Feel free to join us. It's great to meet new stampers. All right, hope you have a great day, and take care. Bye-bye.